चित्तस्य पदेन वाचा मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोतं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि. Now slowly drop down your hands. Release legs one by one. Slowly lie down in Shavasana. Then bring your legs together and hands by the side of your body. Now we'll perform Navasana. Inhale and slowly lift your leg up to the knee high, toes spread out, and bring your arms parallel to the floor. Your legs should be straight. Breathe normally and maintain the pose for 3 to 5 seconds. Then slowly release your legs and hands together and relax. Benefits of this asana is it is very beneficial for PCOD and PCOS patients. It stimulates the kidneys, thyroid, and prostate glands and intestine. People who have asthma, diarrhea, headache, please avoid this asana. And people who are in menstruation and in pregnancy, please avoid this. Raise your right hand above your head and turn right side. Flex your left hand and place it in front of your chest. And with the help of your left hand, come to prone position, your face looking downward. Now we'll perform Bhujangasana. Flex your both the hands and place it by the side of your chest. Inhale and slowly rise your head, then chest. Your hands should be flexed. Maintain the pose with normal breathing. Exhale, release the posture and relax. Benefits of this asana is it stimulates abdominal organs and helps to relieve stress and fatigue. It is very beneficial for reproductive health. And people who have severe back problems like relating to spine and neck problems relating to spondylitis, please avoid this asana. Shalabhasana. Lie flat on the stomach with the legs and feet together and the soles of the feet uppermost. The arms may be placed either under the body or by the sides with the palms downward or the hands clenched. Stretch the chin slightly forward and rest it on the floor throughout the practice. Close the eyes and relax the body. Slowly rise the legs as high as possible without straining, keeping them straight and together. The knee should be straight. The elevation of the legs is produced by applying pressure with the arms against the floor and contracting the lower back muscles. Hold the final position as long as without strain. Slowly drop down your legs to the floor. Relax. Of this asana is it stimulates abdominal organs and increase blood circulation, and also it strengthens the spine and the back muscles, and it is very beneficial for reproductive health. People who have acute back pain, severe sciatica or prolapsed uterus, please avoid this asana. Next, we'll perform Dhanurasana. Lie flat on the stomach with the legs and feet together and the arms and hands beside the body. Bend the knees and bring the heels close to the buttocks. Clasp the hands around the ankles. Place the chin on the floor. Tense the leg muscles and push the feet away from the body. Arch the back, lifting the thighs, chest, and head together. Keep the arms straight. In the final position, the head is tilted back and the abdomen supports the entire body on the floor. The only muscular contraction is in the legs, the back, and arms. Remain relaxed. Hold the final position for as long as is comfortable and then slowly relaxing the leg muscles. Lower the legs, chest, and head. Release the pose and relax in the prone position until the respiration returns to normal. Benefits of this asana is it stimulates the abdominal organs and strengthen the back muscles. And people who have high or low blood pressure and serious lower back or neck injury, please avoid this asana. And also people who have migraine and insomnia, please avoid this asana. Turn your right side, flex your left hand in front of your chest. Slowly come to the sitting position with the support of your left hand. Legs together. Come to Sthiti. Next, we'll perform Baddha Konasana. Sit in Dandasana. Now bend your knees and join the soles of your feet. Now hold your feet or ankles. Move your heels to the groin region as much as you can. Exhale and let down your knees to the ground. Back, release the posture and relax. Benefits of this asana is it can help women to regulate their menstrual cycle and it can relieve hernia and pain in testicles. This asana is very good for PCOD. And it should not be done by those who are suffering from any groin, hip or knee injury. Women should avoid this asana during their menstruation. Next, we'll perform Mudra. Vayu Mudra. It's good for PCOD. Sit in any meditative posture, Vajrasana or Padmasana. In sitting position, place the hands on your thighs or knees with your palm pointing the ceiling. Keep your spine straight. Close your eyes. Take few deep relaxed breaths. Be aware about the breathing patterns. Fold the index finger of both the hands such that the tip of these fingers touch the base of the respective thumbs. Now gently press the thumbs over the index finger. The remaining 3 fingers should be kept straight. Initially, you may feel little pain or discomfort in doing this gesture. But with the practice, you will surely master it and will feel at ease. Release the mudra by relaxing the fingers. Open your eyes. This mudra initially start by practicing for 10 minutes in a day. Gradually you can extend the time duration up to 45 minutes in a day. Benefits of Vayu Mudra is it is very good for PCOD and PCOS. It builds immunity for your body against cold and cough. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामय सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः